Hello, I'm Chanel. This is Spirited Stardust. Today I'm doing the tag Watching TarotTube, which is a VR to Feeding My Soul 1212. And I was tagged by Crescent Dreams Tarot. So let's have a listen to me chat away. This is the Sparkly Lenormand deck, I believe, by Kimberly Sam. So thought we could look through this cute little dude while I talk about the questions. So the first question is, how many channels are you subscribed to? And I literally need to now go and check, because have I written anything down for this tag? No, I have not. I've just gone straight into it. No planning whatsoever. Okay, so I'm subscribed to about 114 channels. That's about as many that I am subscribed to currently. I would say the majority of those are tarot. I'd say probably about 85% of that would be TarotTube channels. That is the main thing that I watch on this channel of mine. The other channel that I have, the book channel, that's all book subscriptions. So, but yeah, this one also has a bit of lifestyle and astrology, as well as tarot and a bit of witchy stuff too. So when do you normally watch TarotTube? I do tend to watch it in the morning when I'm having my breakfast. I know it's not the best to eat while watching something. My kids are making a lot of noise anyway. So it's not like I'm going to have a peaceful, mindful moment with my kids constantly asking things. And it's very hectic sort of energy before school. Generally, I would try and have breakfast after I get home from dropping the kids off, but sometimes I'm just too damn hungry. So if I'm eating breakfast before I drop my kids off, I will watch TarotTube. I tend to also watch in the evening when the kids are watching their show on TV. If it's not a show or a movie I want to watch, that's when I watch some TarotTube. And also I sometimes put it on while I'm trading. So if I am trading and I'm already in a position, then I'm not as glued to my screens as when I'm trying to figure out whether to get in or out, whether to execute one. I will just put a YouTube video on. So most of the time, like the morning sometimes happens, the evening sometimes happens, but every day during the hours of 10 until 2 when I'm trading the stock market, I will at some point put YouTube on and watch it while I'm sitting there trying to trade, and then sometimes again in the evening, because sometimes I also trade after the kids come back from school in the evening session, which is 5:10 to like 8 p.m. at night. So yeah, while I'm working, which is probably not what most people do, but yeah, normally while I'm working is when I watch YouTube. So the next question is, how do I balance watching TarotTube, reading tarot, and making my own videos? Like I said, I watch TarotTube while I'm doing my main job, which is trading the stock market. I read tarot. When do I normally like to read tarot? It's when the kids are at school, so it tends to be after lunch. So for lunch, I like to sit down and have a quiet lunch. Sometimes I might watch a movie. Very rarely. I tend to watch movies on the one day when my kids go to their dad's, which is a Sunday. But after I have my lunch, while I'm digesting, I like to do very quiet activities, and that tends to be when I do tarot. So in the middle of the day, after I've eaten, I'll go and do a little spread, or when the kids go to their dad's house, that one morning that I have, so the Monday morning, I do it in the morning. I like to sit there and read tarot in the morning. But I also have decks on my desk, so I do tend to read a lot while I'm sitting. So if I'm not watching a YouTube video while I'm trading, I'm probably slinging cards at my desk. So a lot of the things that I do happen while I'm meant to be trading. But if anyone trades knows, like there's a lot of like sometimes downtime when you're not constantly scanning the charts every second that you're working. And making my own videos, I'll get another deck out. I do them as well. So it depends on the trading day. Sometimes guys, like I don't execute a single trade that day. I might not even make a single trade, for the whole week. And then I might do 10 trades in the one day. It's just very unpredictable in that way. So I do still sit at my desk for that amount of time. So I've got about 4 hours and then sometimes 4 hours again. And so while I'm at my desk is when I do almost everything. So I'll film this is on my desk right now, or I'll sling cards, or I'll watch TarotTube. So my desk is where everything happens, it seems. So yeah, that's how I balance it. I watch way more than I read or film, definitely. I just do. I watched almost everything at double speed as well. I'm not a very patient person. I'm a very efficient person. I like to take as quick as time as I can doing something. If something can be done in 10 minutes instead of an hour, I'll do that. I kind of wish I wasn't that way. I always have to force myself to slow down, especially with things like eating, so I don't wolf my food down. But in general, that is just kind of my nature, to be very hurried. So I do manage to jam everything in, but I definitely watch more TarotTube than reading and slinging. This is, oh my God, I didn't even say what this deck was. So this is the Guiding Elements, an Ayurvedic Park deck. So what have we got next? Next question. Is there a difference between videos you like watching and videos you like making? Yeah, I guess there is. I don't make any pick a card readings, but I still watch the original TarotTuber. I'll talk about that later. So I still watch her videos because I just freaking love her, but I don't make any of those. And I don't watch walkthroughs unless it's by a friend or unless it's a deck I've never seen before. And then I will watch a walkthrough, obviously. It's like, well, I've never seen that deck. Do I want to buy it? But I mostly film walkthroughs. I film all walkthroughs for the decks I made, especially too if I've bought it from Etsy or something, because so many of those decks, there were no walkthroughs. And so I've personally been burnt by purchasing a deck and then absolutely hating it and wishing there had been a walkthrough. So I was like, all right, I'll just make them. So that way, if anybody wants to buy any deck, there will at least be one video out there that they can watch. But I know there's tons of walkthroughs, but it's also not great. YouTube's not also amazing at finding everybody's. So yeah, I do film those because they're easy for me. It's how I get to know a deck as well. So it's part of my process now. When I get a new deck, I do the filming, because not only do I end up laying all my hands on each of the cards, I get to look at them one by one. Then I get to go and play around with pairings immediately. And then I do a straight away reading, and I can get a really good energy. And it's just the way I get to know a deck before I've even worked with it. So it's for me as well. I watch, what else do I watch and I don't do? So I don't do any witchy stuff, but I watch those. I love VRs and I like making VRs. So that's a one crisscross, I guess. That's the one thing that we both like doing. I don't really film a lot of personal kind of, this is how I use this deck. These are my personal interpretations of these cards. This is me deep diving. I don't film deep diving videos. I just don't feel confident enough to do that. But I do watch those. So yeah, I think I watch obviously a lot more TarotTube videos than the kinds that I make. I don't make a lot of tarot videos, but I do watch pretty much every single kind there is, like I said, unless it's a walkthrough of a deck that I already have. And then I don't watch those because I've already got the deck. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. And I do, though, prefer top-down views when it comes to looking at the cards rather than when TarotTubers put it up to the front of the camera. For some reason, I just can't concentrate on the cards when they do that. I can only concentrate if they look like this. So that's just a personal preference. Who is the first TarotTuber you subscribe to, and do you still watch them? Yeah, so that's SO Tarot. So the first tarot video or whatever I watched was a pick a card reading. That's how I got into tarot. I just came across her. And she is freaking hilarious. I absolutely love her personality. I still watch her to this day, not just because I love her personality. I'm not watching for the videos. I do my own tarot work now. I read for myself rather than pick a number and that's your reading. But also, don't only watch her just to see how she reads and what she says, because I like her personality. I also watch her too because sometimes I find decks. I find that in general, some of the spread pick a card reading tarot channels get decks in before everybody else. They get decks sent to them. So I find a lot of decks through her and through, I think I subscribe to 2 others, and it's the same thing. I'm looking for decks. I'm like, what are they using? Have I seen it before? Do I want it? And because I also get to see them read with it, I'm like, how are they reading with it? How are they interpreting it? How are they using it in a layout for different divination? So they're very educational. But yeah, I still watch them. Who is the most recent TarotTuber? It's not a tumor. You subscribe to? That would be Forest Moon Fae. So I recently did a tag called Mid-Year Tarot Tag. And everybody that did that tag that I'd never seen before, I subscribed to, because YouTube's bloody algorithm just does not show you the smaller channels. You get shown the same big channels, and that's great, but then it's like, show me other people, please. I know there's other people like me who are not over 1,000 subs, and I want to see them. And through that tag, because they would mention me, I got to find all these channels. So I subscribed to everybody that did my tag. And yeah, she was the latest one, the last one that did it. So that was their channel. And then the next question is, share an old favorite TarotTuber. So I know some people like old, don't like the word old, but I will say Amethyst Ascension. So because of my giveaway that I did last year, she ended up winning. And because of that, we ended up chatting, and now she's become one of my TarotTube besties. So I'm so happy I did that giveaway, because through it I met her and we formed a friendship. And yeah, I watch everything that she makes, and she's just a bloody darling, and I adore her. So I guess that's an old favorite. And share a new favorite. Every single person I subscribe to is a new favorite, you know? And like I said, I just went and subscribed to a large amount of people thanks to my tag. But I'll just share, I guess, the person who tagged me in this one. So I'm just going to go with Crescent Dreams Tarot, the lovely person who tagged me to do this. I found their channel when they did my mid-year tarot tag. I hadn't seen it before, and subscribed, obviously, and I just loved their opinions on all kinds of shit. So on tarot, on books, on film, I enjoy listening to their perspective. So that is one of my new faves. But everyone is I don't have like, oh, I really want to see a video from this one particular person. Every single person that I'm subscribed to are people's videos that I enjoy. Otherwise, I wouldn't be subscribed to them anymore. So love everybody, all the love. I'm just going to flip through the cats in the garden, astrology cats in the garden. This creator didn't really give this particular one a name, but I'm just going to call them astro plant cats. So the next question is, what is one of your TarotTube pet peeves? These are upside down. You'd think it would have taken me less time to realize that, but no, I definitely am sun drunk. I would guess like any sort of negative commentary. I just don't understand that. You know, like, don't be a troll, don't be mean. You can disagree with someone, but there's a way to do it in a polite way, which isn't attacking the person and making the other person feel like shit. Like, sometimes I have seen it happen to other people, and I just don't get it. I get it. I have had it done to me too, by randos, not really anybody in the TarotTube community, like someone who has a channel, just other people who don't have channels, like I've said nasty crap. But yeah, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, man. Like, it's fine. I just feel like sometimes too, if you disagree, I don't even feel like you need to say it. You know, you don't need to comment on their video. It's just like, you can just disagree in your head. You don't always have to voice it to the other person and sort of poo-poo on the video that they've just done and what they've said. So I don't get that. I feel like, yeah, in terms of online stuff, if you don't have anything nice to say, you don't need to say anything. It's not an in real relationship that, you know, you need to speak up and talk about. Like, this is online stuff. You don't have to say it, you know? So I guess that's my pet peeve, personally. Besides that, in terms of like actual videos, loud music, bruh, I can't do it. It's very also difficult too if the music is playing while they're talking. So some people do, I still watch them. There's some people that I still watch that do that, but I find it so much harder to listen to. It's just extra sensory stuff that I have to filter out. And that's why I actually took the music out of my own videos, because I couldn't even watch my own video. Like, I did it in there because I thought everyone does it, especially when they're flipping through, they put music on. So I did that, and I couldn't watch my own videos. Like, my kids started playing one of my videos and I'm like, baby, can you please turn that off? I don't want to hear the sound. So So I was like, why don't I'm just going to take it out, which was, I'm happy that I did, because now I actually enjoy my own videos more. But yeah, each to their own. So people love it. It's just, for me, it's a sensory thing. And I'm not someone that can filter that out while I'm trying to like look and absorb. It's too much happening all at once. And the last question is, but like I said, I still watch other people's videos that do that. You know, it's not enough of a deal breaker for me to not watch it. I do. But any sort of like negativity or hateful commentary or bitchiness, just I ain't got time for that. It's just, no, thank you. What have you learned from watching other TarotTubers? Like everything. I started last year and I learned everything from watching everyone else. That's how I learned. I watched everyone. What are they doing? How are they filming? What are they talking about? How are they setting up their little areas? Like obviously you have to experiment and find your own flavor eventually, but you start off by copying everybody else until you figure out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So, but I also learned everything to do with tarot from TarotTubers. That's how I learned to read the tarot. The books were helpful in some way, but watching other people was just a lot easier to absorb. And I learned not only about decks, not only about how to read, but also about every single other life practice that they sometimes intermingle within it. And I learned to crochet because I saw someone, you know, who did crochet bags for their TarotTube. And I'm like, oh my God, for the tarot decks. And I'm like, that's freaking brilliant, man. Like, that's amazing. I learn everything from everybody on here. Everybody on here teaches me something. With every single video, I learn something or I take something away that I either use or I just admire or like. So yeah, I think TarotTubers are just generally also really bloody awesome people. It's a really good community. I know I said there was some bitchiness, but overall, I found it a really positive, welcoming, loving place. It feels like a genuine community, which in this day and age, you know, real life communities aren't really there anymore. So it was nice to be a part of one, even though it is virtual. But I just admire all of the people that are on here, whether or not I've subscribed to them. I admire everybody. Also, I think it's a very nerve-wracking thing, and it's a very vulnerable thing to put yourself online, because you do open yourself up to criticism and, you know, up to trolls and everything else. And it's just, you know, I'm inspired by everybody that is able to open themselves up in that way and share with people. But it's not just the people that have tarot channels either. I've like struck up a kind of like online camaraderie with a lot of people who regularly comment on my videos. Like, I've gotten to know them, and sometimes we have little lovely mini chats in the comment section. And as a homebody introvert, I treasure that because it's human interaction and it's meaningful. And yeah, this was one of the best decisions I ever made, not just getting into tarot, which has been life-changing in and of itself, but being a part of the tarot community has just made me feel not so alone, you know? And I am really thankful, and I'm thankful to the wonderful person that tagged me in this. And I know I should have probably done this VR sooner. I think I saw it on Amethyst Ascension and I was like, I should do that. And then I wrote it down and then life got in the way. But yep, this was fun. But that's everything I've got to say. I think I've gone on a bit of a ramble. Until next time, stay wild, Star Child.